Yo, last artifact video, I went over a what tank, arts actually, on what they actually do for you, what to use and why. And I'm guessing a lot of tanks got offended by it, and so they was really offended by me speaking on last, saying that it's not needed, and how I promote lazy tanking and all that stuff. But in that same video, see, I don't know if people watching the whole video, or they just watch certain parts and pieces and stuff like that. I don't know, but they got offended, started sending me a bunch of hate tales every day. Like ever since I posted that video, my tail's been blowing up with tanks, and I be trying to mic up with them, but I guess they scared too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to be yelling all in the mic and stuff like that. I just wanted to give people an explanation on why I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Which I, I felt like I did. I feel like I did. But anyway, I'm gonna give again a clear explanation. Like first off, I told y'all my situation with these artifacts. But if you don't know, the last double XP, I wanted to go back tank for my friend. I didn't know what to use. I hit up every tank I could find, could get a hold of. Most of them saying get mad. I keep saying mad. Manacles, Lasso, and Refractor. They were saying, most of them were saying Mystic is trash, is not needed. Hold on, let me put them right here first. Let me organize so I can explain better. Keep Refractor right here. Pstone right there. Was Refractor, Lasso. I keep Pstone like that. So everybody, or most of them, was saying Sissy's Mask is trash, is not needed. Mystic is trash, is not needed. Every man trash, and that's by all the tank arts. So the only arts I was left with was Manacles and Lasso. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I was left with, and Refractor. But now I know, or ever since after the whole thing, double XP ended, I began to study, and I found out that what I've been told was a load of crap. I've been told a lot of false information, and that's why I went into detail on the artifacts. Clarion and Pstone, I got those two on my own. They're like luxury artifacts. I wanted to like mess around with them. You know what I'm saying? But you can still make Clarion work as a tank. I do it all the time with every power, but it's not needed though. So again, I'm gonna just briefly go over the artifacts and why they're not useful. So let me take now these artifacts I'm gonna put up right here. I'm gonna show y'all what to. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna show y'all what to use, and also the last video, or the artifact video, I left out a few things, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear that up right quick. Get scrap G. That's Mercy, not G. Yeah, Mercy. Dead King. I can't. Oh yeah, Lasso. So manacles, right? I wanted to show y'all what it actually look like and what it does, but I tried to test it out on Ass, on Gentleman Ghost, Gorgon. Manacles just wasn't proccing, bro. I don't know why. It never happens. That never happened to me, but it just, I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug, but it's just not proccing. So, but anyway, when Manacles proc, You see when it says when unshakable triggers, unshakable state is when you have those orange armored like gloves in your hands. When you see that, that's when you absorb 50%, like half of all incoming damage. But it only lasts for 5 seconds. After that 5 seconds is over, or during the 5 seconds, it reapplies the damage over time. It reapplies the damage, meaning that it kills you. And yeah, it look that shield reset that y'all see when unshakable triggers, the following ability cooldowns are reset. It looks pretty on paper, and then also that shield cooldown on the bottom. It looks pretty on paper, but reality is catfish. When that shield reset, you, you only get one shield, right? So on ice, this is called Winter Ward. That's the snow globe. I like to call it the snow globe. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only shield that I get to reset. The immunity is also a shield for ice, also reflection and Winter Ward and Hard Light Shield, but it doesn't reset those. It only resets one natural, or I say, for lack of better terms, one natural tank power. Ice has a bunch, but they just choose Winter Ward. Even though my shield is reset, it wouldn't be useful because the damage from manacles killing me is going to eat right through my shield. You feel me? So, in other words, say if I'm taking CTE, right, and I'm taking damage from Circe, Wonder Woman, say I get caught in an animation and Wonder Woman spins and I take full damage, that's manacles right there. And my shield reset. If I pop my shield again, manacles is gonna eat right through it. So it's like, nah, I'm back naked. No shields, all my shields on cooldown, you know what I'm saying? Or if I do have more shields on cooldown, manacles is gonna kill through each and every shield. Reflection, which is a light shield. Snow globe is like a solid shield. Hard light shield is one of the strongest shields. Manacles will eat right through that like it's nothing. Since I'm ice, my immunity is a shield. Dampen is a shield. Manacles is gonna eat right through that. It's ridiculous, bro. And then on top of that, the cooldown is 45 seconds. So when you get the actual activity or the proc of manacles, you only get 5 seconds of it. After that 5 seconds is gone, you now have a 45-second cooldown. So those next 45 seconds, you don't have an art working for you. The shield resets only proc when your manacles reset. So that shield reset happens every 45 seconds. So that's GG's. The shield cooldown is trash. It's 10%, but it's trash. I did the math, right? Y'all can do it yourself. Go on Google, since I just do it all. So go on Google, right? I start off with Hard Light Shield. Go on Google and be like 30 seconds minus 10%. It'll say 27 seconds. So on every 30-second cooldown move in the game, minus 10% is 3 seconds off. My immunity and my Winter War are both 18 seconds. Go on Google, 18 seconds minus 10%. You'll get 16.8. So that's 1.8 seconds. So every 18 second move in the game minus a 10% cooldown reduction will get a 1.2 cooldown reduction. That's like almost 2 seconds, which is it's no difference. Not reflection. Every 12-second move in the game, if Google 12 seconds minus 10%, you get like 10.1. I think you get 10.1. That's like 1.9. You know what I'm saying? So going across the board, that's 18 seconds. So that's 1.8, 3 seconds, 1.8, 1.9, I think. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not really, it doesn't make a difference. you only get like 1 or 2 seconds taken off of your shield cooldown. So there's no way that is useful. It's not earth shattering, sky cracking. It's not a game it's not a game changing difference, you know what I'm saying? So the entirety of the artifact is like useless. It's it's not the worst tank artifact, you know what I'm saying? Last, you can run last if you want, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't run it. If you are running last, I recommend you swap it when you're about to die. Um, the main reason I don't like last is because as you're tanking, it, it's not working for you. It's not doing anything for you as you tank. You feel me? It's not doing anything for you. Last only works when you die. If you're last procced, that means you died. You're dead. When last procced, your whole body turns green. That means you're dead. And when you turn green, died, your income healing receipt is reduced by 50%. So that makes it worse on your healers. That severely cripples your healers and healing you back to full health. Now, if you have on Mystic on top of last and Everyman or possibly Circe's Mask, so let's take for instance, right? If you have on Circe's Mask and Mystic, right? That's 30% healing received, income healing plus 10. That's 40. 50% minus 40 is 10%. That helps out the healer a lot. But to get both of that, or one, to get seriously, you're gonna have to pop a shield, which you're going to do as a tank anyway. So that's 40. That's 40% income healing, right? And then you have 50. So that's 50%. That's 50% minus 40. That's 10. And then if you have Everyman, you know what I'm saying, that just makes it easier because all that health is going towards your defense. And since your last proc, that means the bottom half, when it says 30% or lower, that 12% max health is going to your defense on top of Mystic. That's 20% defense. Or that's if you have like ass and stuff around you, or like some bosses ass. But if you have like one boss or two, it don't matter. That's still uh that's that's a defense buff regardless. So that stacks on top of Everyman. You feel me? So if it's one boss, you get 12% from Everyman plus 5, because that's one target. Mystic buffs, Mystic, it gives you 5% defense per target within 5 yards. So if you're taking CTE, second boss, heck, hey, first, last boss don't matter. You know, last part. You feel me? If you got Circe's Mask, you got Mystic, you got Everyman. All these work together. It makes it easier on the healer. I recommend you don't use last, but if you are, or if you do use last, do you? That's fine. I'll say like use last as a swap. Clarion is really a tank art. It's just an extra shield. But you can make it fit in if you want, like I do. Now, Circe's Mask, 30% income healing buff for 6 seconds. It stuns up to five adds. That stun part is bad, but the healing receipt makes up for it big time. That's the game changer. Um, since I'm ice, I believe it works with every tank power in general. Since I'm ice, right? This loadout right here, I've run through a million loadouts as I tank, but this is like my main ad loadout. You know what I'm saying? So that's one shield. That's another shield. That's another shield. And since I'm ice, my immunity is also a shield. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's 4 shields. I don't know if it counts for dampenings and Clarion. If it does, that would be crazy. And that's just more shields. So, you know what I'm saying? it works out well for ice, every tank power, and really, you feel me? So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then on top of that, you have Mystic. The the defense buff, 20% defense buff is crazy. Um, Mystic and Everyman are the only artifacts that buff your defense. Do any stuff? I don't even think there's like buffs in the game, or like as far as colas and cookies that buff your defense. It's either Dom or health. You feel me? Mystic and Everyman, the only defense buff. So with Everyman, you have 20% health, not health, but defense buff. On top of that, you get increased healing received by 10%, which is permanent. It's crazy. It's nice. It's a permanent. You have two permanent infinite procs. You know what I'm saying? Not procs, but you have two infinite uh, abilities working for you as you tank. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a great artifact. And then the bottom part it says you you generate small amount of health when being attacked by an enemy, but that part doesn't really matter. The part that matters is the defense buff and the income healing. And then you have Everyman. As you tank, your health is gonna dip. You know what I'm saying? Bosses hit like a truck. So, and as your health drop, it takes a portion of your health and converted it into your defense. Basically, it's buffing up your defense. The higher your defense, the more defense you have, the less damage you take. You feel me? So that's why I recommend it. You use all three of these artifacts because they are like infinitely proccing throughout the entire time you're tanking. You feel me? So if you could only have three arts as a tank, I recommend Circe's Mask, Mystic, Symbols of the Seven, and Everyman. Um, if you can have four arts, please get Ebon. Ebon is crazy. I just got put on. Well, I kind of knew a little bit about Ebon a while ago, but my friend he kind of like he reminded me. Uh, he refreshed my memory on why it's like OP for tanking. So on the bottom half of the description it says casting a finisher grants you, if it's at 200, 3% damage reduction per stack, right? Once it's at 200, you get 10 stacks. So um for those who have Ebon, you know, you get a stack just by popping the power. And when you get a stack, you see like purple stuff on your arm. So as a tank, mind you, per stack I get a 3% damage reduction. You know what I'm saying? Per stack. That's 3%. 3 times 10 is 30. That's 30% damage reduction. So I could just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, if I'm popping the shield, 8, 9, 10. And if you have Ebon, and once you get that 10th stack, that's when you see that giant purple skull. So when I see that giant purple skull, I maxed out my stack. So that's 30% damage reduction on top of. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? 30% damage reduction on top of the defense buff and the income and healing received, on top of the 30% income healing received, on top of Everyman. It will really take a lot for you to die as a tank. You feel me? If you struggle with dying, it could be a bunch of reasons. It could be this right here. See, I like playing with my effects down, but some raid you need to have your effects turned all the way up. So if you dying as a tank or struggle with dying, it could be your effects not being turned up, meaning that you can't see some floor AoEs, mechanics, makes, one shots, stuff like that. Like if I'm tanking CTE first boss and Wonder Woman goes in the middle and she throws out those little purple pink balls, I can still see it. I just have to like zoom in on it kind of. or like angle my camera, I can still see it barely. If I'm feeling lazy and don't feel like zooming in, I could find seriously she stands still. I can do I can like jump on top of her head, jump on top of a beastamorph head. I can jump on top of a Quizlet, any type of pet. I just jump on top of their head and then just, you know what I'm saying, till it's over with. But um, yeah, like it could be stuff like that. Um, it could be you're not blocking certain attacks as a tank. You're not playing, but you're not paying attention. Uh, LOS, you're killing a group. But it could be, or it could just be that your healer is not strong enough. You have a bad healer, or it could just be that you're weak. It can just be that you're just too weak. You know what I'm saying? But once you learn all of that, you know what I'm saying, and also record your gameplay, I highly recommend all the tanks out there. Please record your gameplay because a lot of times people will die in raids and they'll first blame it on the tank when it's really not. It's not your fault, bro. I deal with that almost every day. Somebody die and then they quit to blame it on me. And no, you know what I'm saying? I watch everything I do. I tanked way too many times for simple stuff to happen. And you know what I'm saying? It's just the whole point of like people dying and putting the blame on me. So when I go over the clip and then I point them out and call them out, they get in their feelings, they get hurt. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Once you figure out all this stuff about how to survive and not die, that's when you really realize that you no longer need labs. That labs is useless. I say that again. Once you figure out all that stuff that I was saying, like why are you dying and stuff like that, once you do the homework and you improve, bro, you will realize labs is useless. Like you no longer need labs. You know what I'm saying? So boom, 60 mass, Mystic, every man, Ebon, come on man, Ebon, 30% damage reduction. Come on now. If he can only get 4 arts as a tank, get these 4. I had to burp, excuse me. Get these 4. If you have extra, if you like to run Supercharge, why not throw on that scrapping ELG? Spamming supers, cooldown reduction, 200 ELG, you get the 5% dominance, health, and restoration. Do I have to do the math for y'all? Where my phone at? Where my phone? That's right here. Let's show y'all how to do the I'm gonna show y'all how to do the math right quick, man. I'll do it for y'all. So get your phone, go to a calculator. So my health, well, it's Hostile Legends. You always want to go in content, but just for the sake of the video, I'll just go off my health right now. So I have 585k, 585.8k. So I'm just round it up. Nah, I just do 585k. So 5. Hold on, I'm tripping. Not calculator. You go to Google. My bad. So do 585,000 plus 5%. That 585 goes to 614k. It's going to be more in content, you know what I'm saying, because of the mods, the buffs, and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot more, right? And that's just the health. Restoration, if you're a healer, restoration also helps with shield, so I do it too. My resto is 83k, so 80. I put in the exact number. Yeah, I put in the exact number. So 83,319, 81,319 plus 5%, right? You get that 80. Hold on. 80. Okay, so hold on. This is better. I'm just putting. I'll just put in 83,000 on the dot. So 83,000 plus 5% is 87. So I just gained like 4 something thousand resto. It's going to be more in content. And the same with dominance. So that's how much dom I have? I have 118.7, 118,764 plus 5%. That 118 turns into 124,000. So I'm buffing restoration, health, dominance. It helps with my shields, restoration, dominance, and my health. So why not? And you know what I'm saying? So if you're using a super, why not throw on LG and scrap? If you're earth, it if you're earth using brick, use mercy. You know what I'm saying? Also, if your battle's taking as earth, whenever you use 4 or 5, say if you use the Halloween belt. I'm gonna show y'all right now. So why ain't let me run to it? So say if you're using the booze, right? All the booze, you feel me? Every time you pop 4 or 5, it reduces the cooldown of your pet. So basically, you can spam your booze on any type of mother box or whatever. So it's crazy. And then if you're using mercy, throw on that dead king. You at least need dead king at 160. You only need it. You only need it at 200 if you're a DPS. Any other role, you only need it at 160. You get everything else except for all of those sixes on the bottom. So yeah, and then when you pop your orbital, dead king, it says uh reduces the cooldown of your stat buff, combat pet, henchman, and supply drop trinkets by 10%. So why not throw these two on? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said with LG and Scrap, you could you could even throw on Quizlet, because Quizlet builds up Supercharge at 200. You gotta have Quizlet at 200. You know what I'm saying? So if you could only get, oh yeah, Lasso is it's optional. I say if you want to main Lasso, I highly recommend you be Ice and Rage. Firstly, Rage, because it works best with Rage pulling. Secondary is Ice. Why I'm saying is because it allows you to like double pull everything in a room in the shortest amount of time as fast as possible. If you're Earth pull is kind of iffy. On top of that, the regular Earth pull stuns the ass. Excuse me, I had to burp. But the regular Earth pull, it stuns the ass. If y'all look at my Earth Tank videos, y'all see me pull, y'all see me like, y'all see the ads being stunned, which is bad. When the ad is stunned, it causes them to break out. When the ad break out, okay, in a blue, uh, immunity, they gain 100% defense. So you know what I'm saying? Not only you're taking full damage as a tank or in general as a player, you're taking full damage. They have a massive defense boost. It makes the DPS harder to burn them, so on and so on. So Earth pulls, it stuns the ads as far as the regular pull. Atomic pull, it teleports the ads to you, but it's only a select few. It doesn't teleport the whole group to you. It's The atomic pull is very trash. If you're fire, same thing. It's very trash. It only pulls a hand few, barely even that. A select few. Like if it was 5 targets right here, the fire will pull like 2 or 3, and then everybody will be like all up in the air and stuff like that. If you're ice and rage, it pulls everything behind and near all at once. So which allows me to lasso about 10 ads over here and then pull the other 10 all at once. So I got like 20 ads on me. So if you're using lasso, I recommend you go ice and rage. Um, Other than that, lasso is just optional. Not really needed as a tank. Like, well, if you're ice and rage, if you want to do that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, there's no point on lasso being 200. There's no point. The only difference is you get that extra 1% healing of all damage received, but it's still trash. If you got 20 something ads on you, bro, and you telling me you only getting 2% healing received from all damage done, what does that do, bro? That does nothing, bro. That does nothing. So you feel me? I don't think I told y'all about Refractor, but please don't get Refractor. Uh, I've been lied to or been told false information. This is for buff trolls. This is not for tanks. If you do use it as a tank, you gotta make sure that your troll don't have it and not using it. If you and a troll use Refractor at the same time, y'all cancel one another out. Y'all cancel each other out, which is bad. You know what I'm saying? So as a tank, if you have Refractor, only use it, or make sure if you're going to use this, let the troll know like, yo, I got you on Refractor. You know what I'm saying? Beforehand. But still, I won't recommend that at all because, at least for me, the trolls I run with are like OD. They have like a crap load of art, so they already have Refractor. So it's no point for me as a tank to run Refractor. Um, you know what I'm saying? Pstone is just that's just like luxury. You don't really need it as a tank. The only way you can make use of it is, one, to help out the group. Two, if you have Harley Quinn, I'll try to read it out for y'all. I just have it right there. Inspect. Basically, what she does is, when you activate a supply drop, you know what I'm saying, she buffs your defense by, where's the max stats? Where's the max? Is it level 10? So you pop a supply drop. Hold on, that's partner in crime, not a bombshell ordinance. Bombshell ordinance. Bombshell ordinance. Bombshell ordinance. Bombshell ordinance. Where's the max bombshell ordinance? On level 7, grant soda cooldown 15 seconds. Level 8. Okay, so level 8. So when you call out a supply drop, she gives you 65% defense for 1 second. Then those next 5 seconds, you get a 35% defense buff. And then at level 9, you get a soda cooldown reduction by 30 seconds, which is kind of big to me, in my opinion. That's big. And then level 10, you get 15% bonus movement speed for 6 seconds, which is not really major. I don't, not only, you know what I'm saying, but for the sake of using, you know what I'm saying, Pstone and supply drop, you can make Harley Quinn work. You can make that passive work, and you'll get 65, 30. You basically get 100% defense. Well, 100 for a split second, and then 35 for the remaining 5 seconds. Defense buff, not bad. And then also, if you're using Pstone, throwing that Dead King, because Dead King knocks down the reduction for all of that. Henchmen's, supply drop. So you know what I'm saying. So that's if you're gonna use Harley Quinn. If you wanna use Harley Quinn, that's cool. But to sum up everything, I think I went over everything. I tried Hard Devices. It's too much. There's no point of it. It eats up half your Supercharge bar. It doesn't proc greens. It doesn't proc scrap. You know what I'm saying? The buffs are great. The buffs are OP, but it's just like it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I went over everything. So yeah, and don't get manacles. Feed that. Feed that. Throw it away. Um, Laz is up to you. Me personally, I wouldn't use Laz. Uh, if you were to use Laz, well, mainly play how you want to play. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? If you want to keep Laz in, do you? But for me, if I was to use Laz, I recommend you use it as a swap art. Like when you know, like I said earlier, when you study everything, like how the raid works, knowing the mechanics and stuff like that, you and realizing you don't need Laz. Once you realize that, and you know when are you gonna die, like you're stuck in an animation, and you know that you're gonna die, swap in Laz before you die. You know what I'm saying? That's the only use I've seen it. I see it being used for real. Clarions, luxury, you really need it. Most of the time, healers have it, trolls have it. Uh, yeah, your main. If you can only afford 3 artifacts as a tank or roll, yeah, for a tank, highly recommend Sissy's Mask, Mystic Sims level 7, Everyman Prototype. If you can have 4, throw in that Ebon, please. One of the greatest tank artifacts. That is crazy. A 30% damage reduction. Come on. On top of 20% max defense, 10% increased healing receive, on top of 30% income healing receive, on top of every man with your health is going, be converted into your defense. How can you die? It's bro, please, it is wonderful. If you're using a supercharge, you don't have to, but if you are, like I'm Ice for example, uh, I can throw, you know what I'm saying, Ice Elemental. If you're spamming supers, I recommend you get Black Adam. I'll put on crypto again. You know what I'm saying? I recommend you get Black Adam. You know what I'm saying? You can use Ice Elemental if you're Ice. You can use uh, Dash Attack if you're Acrobatic. Use what's it called? Poise or something like that. That's great. If you're using other superchargers like Pheromone Bloom, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You feel me? Throwing that Black Adam, throwing Illusion and Scrap. If you're Earth and you're battle tanking with Earth, or the regular tanking with Brick, use Mercy. Use Quizlet if you just want to be OD on a supercharge. You know what I'm saying? Throwing that Quizlet. You know what I'm saying? As you tank. Um. Oh yeah, and if you're using the battle tank thing, the battle tank method with Mercy, throwing that Dead King. You feel me? Reduces the cooldown of your pets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Lasso if you're Ice and Rage, or it's optional if you wanna make it work. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Peace on is just luxury. But if you want to use Harley Quinn to the max as a passive tank, you gotta use Peace Stone and then Dead King Scepter. Um, don't use Refractor. Your trolls should have Refractor. If they don't and you got it, then you can use it. But most of the time, I run with Elitists. So the trolls that I know of, they already have Refractor. So I don't. For me, Refractor wouldn't be of use. I think I already told y'all about Heart of Isis. Oh yeah, allies. So for the most part, as a tank, you can get away with Lex and Superman. Um, Actually, are they level? Lex is at A Superman at level 9. I recently came to realize that Superman is useless as a tank. He's trash. He's not really useless. Not useless, but useful because all he does right is a 35. Well, level 9, so 30. If it's level 10, you get a 35 damage reduction shield. That's equivalent to the fire shield, but 35% damage reduction with the 30-second cooldown is at level 10. It's 30 seconds, but a 35 shield with a 30-second cooldown reduction is not really bad. It's not bad, but in my opinion, it's just not like, what's the 35 gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What's the 35% shield gonna do with anything, anybody? If it quote unquote helps out the healers gotta be bad because healers nowadays be having all types of 200 arts. You have Page, you have Purple Healer, you got Trend, you got Clarion, you got over Ryan. You got all these on top of allies. You have all these going on, and you telling me your day will be ruined if your tank don't run Superman a 35% reduction shield? Do you know how easily that is broken through? That can be broken. CTE, CFC Wonder Woman, for Wonder Woman spins, the 35% shield don't do nothing. It don't do crap. It's either they die or the healer have Page and gotta heal. You know what I'm saying? Uh, second boss CTE. Hey, the ads come out. Uh, Tro don't have Lasso. DPS not better than the ads. So an ad get to the boss, and she get that little purple storm or ring around her body. I pop immunity, and she run across the group or whatever. If she does that, uh, what's the 35 want to do? You feel me? Same thing with like any other boss in CT. Like, what's a 35 going to do? It doesn't do crap. So the other ally that I have that I can use is Batman Who Laughs. Let me tell y'all why. Well, it's pretty obvious. Let me spec myself and put Batman Who Laughs. So the only card that's useful as a tank is Gaia. Gaea. It gives you 9% health, right? So how do I calculate it? Go on Google. You feel me? Type up your health. Mine's right now is 5. Now, mind you, it's best to add up and do the math like in content. You don't want to, because obviously in CCE I'm not gonna have 585. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go on the new map, but I'm gonna do 585 for right now. So 585k, 585.8. That's 862 plus what was that? 9% plus 9% health, right? That 585.8 turns into 638.5. Do you know how major that's crazy? So when Gaia procs, I get 9% health. At level 10 it's like 10% health. You know what I'm saying? But at 9% health, my 585 goes up to 638.5k on top of the in combat buffs, on top of everything, all the health buffs, the troll, yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? And even in the description, draw a random card during combat to gain and buff for 17.5 seconds, 30-second cooldown, Batman 3% might, domination, restoration with those two helps your shield. On top of Gaia, 9% health. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. You feel me? So, and also at level 10, I think that 3.5. Does that 3.5 go to 5% all the way? I think so. Those who have Batman at level 10, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, I think it's like 5% all stats at level 10. So that's 5% dominance, 5% restoration on top of a 10% health, 9-10% health. You know what I'm saying? At level 10, so that's just crazy. That's amazing if you ask me. Um, I think the other artifacts, not artifact, allies. Already went over Harley Quinn. You need Philosopher's Stone and Dead King at 160. Dead King at 160. Philosopher's Stone at 200. Do I have any other allies that I can make work? Nah. Well, you can use Cyborg if you're using Ebon, or Oracle Bot if you're using Ebon. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Aquaman doesn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling lazy, which that you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I put in Superman just if somebody want to see his emblem when I'm popping immunity. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, that's So this is what I've been working with ever since the last XP. When I've been fed all that false information, this is what I've been working with. I've been working with Refractor, Lasso, Pstone, and that's it. Manacles, Lasso, Clarion, Refractor, Lasso, Pstone. I don't have a single. I'm gonna say this once. I don't have a single active tank artifact. Manacles is not active. You get 5 seconds out of 45 seconds, or you get 5 seconds of the artifact, or then a 45-second cooldown, and then it kills you. It's not an active artifact. It's a once in a while. 45 seconds is forever. That's a long time. And an active fight, and actively tanking, engaging, 45 seconds is a long time. Um, Last isn't an active tank artifact. It only procs works for you when you die. Clarion is optional. It even so as a tank, Clarion is not an active tank artifact. Refractors is not active either. If I'm proccing it, it lasts a certain amount of time. Let me see. I don't. Okay, all right. So boom. Let me see. It says health is increased by 22.5%. Oh, cast down. It doesn't say a time. I don't know how long it lasts, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, I guess you can say Refractor is active because that has a decent amount of time that is out for. But as a tank, you don't want to use Refractor unless your troll don't have it, or unless you want to do the troll a favor and be like, yo, I got you on Refractor. Then yeah. Lasso. In my case, I rarely use Lasso. Rarely. The only time I use Lasso is if CTE, if the troll, if worst case scenario, I'm in a group, a pub group. The troll doesn't Lasso, but they already have a tank. I have Lasso. Sometimes I'll Lasso DPS, or I'll just sit back as a tank and just Lasso the ass. That's one case I'll use Lasso. Um, Sometimes if the troll do have Lasso and we get past the Lador phase, the orb phase come out, the ad's still there, those spirits still there, and the troll start using Lasso. That's when I use Lasso, and my Lasso is already in, by the way. So all I have to do is just swap it in there. Oh, it's already in, okay. But yeah, I swap it in there, and then just pull the ass to the boss and let the DPS do their little thing, man. But yeah, that's the only reason I use Lasso. I don't really use Lasso as far as pulling a bunch of ads. I like to do this right here. I will pull from this angle, and then pop my breakout trinket and pull from another angle, and then I would pop Resonating Gale to juggle all the ads. So I would do something like this. I would pull, turn around, pull, Resonating Gale, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my main thing as far as ad pulling. It works best for me. Another way I could do it is if I could pop Resonating Gale, pull, pop my accelerator, pull, and then pop Resonating Gale. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watch my CTE videos, y'all see me do things like y'all see me do something similar to that, of not exactly that. Like when CTE hallway ads, when I first start up, the first thing I do is I try to aim for the middle ad of the group set and power Resonating Gale so they can all pop on each other. After that, I'm already looking at the other ads, so I pop accelerator and then pull those ads, pop this with that a breakout trinket, and then pull the others, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? So and with that being said, I kind of take that back with the Lasso on ice. I don't know, you could probably make it work with ice, I don't know, but I made it work without Lasso, and doing it this way works best for me. But if you rage, you definitely need Lasso. As far as ad pulling, you definitely need Lasso because rage pulls suck as far as the group pulls. So you need Lasso with the regular rage pull. So yeah, man. That's everything. I went over all the arts on why I said what I said and what to use, what it actually does for you. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta end this video and reorganize my inventory. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all got any questions, oh yeah. Before I end the video, PvP debuff protection serums, alright, or PvP colas. The reason I use these, if y'all haven't noticed in my videos, the reason I use these, as it says 30% control resistance, right? That lasts for 20 seconds. It's also a breakout. One, it's a free breakout besides your breakout trinket and immunity. CTE second boss, when Hecate puts you in these little whirling pools, your best bet, for me, at least from what I've seen, my experience, I can't break out and roll out of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can, but it's gonna be too late. I done took massive amount of damage. The best way I can do it is either, like, not even popping it immunity is gonna help. It's not gonna save me at all. So either I pop breakout trinket, get up out of there, or I'll pop this. And when I pop that, that's 35%. 30% control resistance buff on top of my breakout trinket. Another 30% for both 20 seconds. So 30 on top of 30. 30 plus 30, that's 60%. I have 60% control resistance buff. You feel me? So I got both of those going for me. It's a free buff. Control resistance is not being able to be stunned or CC'd. CC means crowd control, which is a stun. So that's 2 whole buffs going for me for 20 seconds a piece. So I'm at 60% control resistance. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I use that. I don't use the tank trinket unless I'm fire, and barely even that. I just use that if I'm chasing health stats. I don't use emitters because emitters, it makes it hard for me to see. It makes it hard for me to see. It freezes the ads all out of place. So if you have an ad that teleports or lunges and flies at you, if you pop emitter, it's gonna freeze them either on the spot or it's gonna freeze them and then they linger down towards you or the other direction, and then they they just all out of place. I can't believe I recorded that long. 55 minutes. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So versus these graviton accelerators, it makes it easier. It makes it easier for me to see. The ads like bow down to you, so everybody can see down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? And boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot better than the Chronos. So um, got these tank holders right here for dominance. You don't have to use these. Um, yeah, man. You can also have tank cookies. These are DPS cookies, but the tankers give you a health bonus. It's like 5% health, so which stacks on top of everything else. You feel me? But yeah, man. All right, y'all. Peace out. If y'all have any more questions, hit me up in the comments. And yeah, I didn't mean for this video to be so long, man. Oh my god. Now I have to edit and timestamp because I know people's not gonna watch the entire video, so I'm gonna try to timestamp it and stuff. But all right, y'all, take care, man. You know what I'm saying?